bug. Can you hear me? Okay, I'm here now. Perfect. All right. So, hello everyone. Welcome to Earth on Super Series. We'll start this again. I'm Rocky12799, running solo tonight. Big thanks to Attack Slug for doing our restreaming. We have a second round matchup between Lontr0 and Static. As you've already seen, this is random start. So we started in four side. So saw that we had access to three right away. Um, so besides random start, we're going to see accelerated enemy shuffle. So enemies will show up in the order that we normally see them, but they're going to show up faster. So we're not going to start by seeing the punks in area number one necessarily. And so we kind of will be able to tell when we've hit that post Gygus scaling by when you can see the enemies kind of start to wrap back around. And as far as we also have return mice. So for those of you who are used to watching this and using exit mice to get into dungeons, these runners are going to have to remember to grab those mice before we start dungeon hunting to set those returns outside. Finding mines, first mice inside of the mines isn't going to be helpful. You won't be able to set a return point somewhere that makes sense for them. So we are going to see how that plays out. See both runners immediately went to 3 and got poo, and now both runners are in Moonside here. So, and we do have a prediction up as to who will win the race. So get your predictions and those channel points. Looks like it's unfortunately Static. Unfortunate death there in Moonside. All right, so Static doing the always available but not often seen level grinding inside the department store. So, if you're having troubles early on, especially with a random start and you have this available, it's kind of a good spot to check out to see if you can grab some levels. Um, Especially maybe some money to be able to buy anything. To help your defense. That All right, so Static just taking a few fights there. See where he chooses to go next, and Lontr0 heads to the boss of Moonside here. Yeah, looking at the damage that Lontr0 was doing up against Clumsy Robot, it looks like, so I'm guessing Static didn't die as much as forfeit out of this fight. Not really doing damage beyond that freeze damage there. And that is not going to be enough. Right, Franklin badge inside the mines. All right, Lontr0 does manage to push through and rewarded with the UFO engine. With us already having 3 access, that will give us access to Summers and another teleport spot there. Yeah, I love the blue return mice. I love the clear delineation of getting in and playing and remembering. If I don't remember that that's what I have, then on that good visual reminder for us that we're playing with return mice instead of exit mice. So. All right, so Lontr on his way to Summers as Static continues to work his way through the mines. He is Captain Strong's, not causing any major damage here. So we're gonna get through these mines and pick up that Franklin badge. Who's just taking Ness's ghost on a around the world tour here. Return my eyes working extra hard for Static, running him constantly back to the center of the dungeon. Nice photo skip there on Static side. Lots of peanut cheese bars. That's the third one we've seen already. And Saturn Valley. And Static's going to be taking on Playground of Doom. No problem. More stuff for us to do in Foreside with picking up that diamond. It's actually not to immediately start stealing brain food lunches. I like it at this point, kind of holding off on doing this deal till we've got at least one more character. And Static does discover that it is Jeff with a signed banana here in the cabin. Lontr tried to despawn that cultist. Unsuccessful, but instant kill there is going to show him that he's not going to have any problems getting by this dungeon and picking up the Franklin badge. And a lot of bills for the diamond turn-in, so nice early pointless item that we're just going to have to carry around with us for the rest of the seed. Static does remember, though, that the Runaway 5 are sitting there on the exit, and make sure to give them a wide berth, not accidentally take the bus back to Threed. As we see Static heading into their first sink. And even though this is random start, this is standard race win result. So 4 Sanks plus Gygas, 5 Sanks plus Magicant, or the ever elusive 6 Sank. During our first week of races, we had nothing but for Sank and Gygas wins. I think we saw one second place runner go for a 5 in Magicant, but generally it was a 4 and done. So we'll see if that trend continues tonight. All right, Lontr0 through the mines, gonna go grab that Franklin badge. Oh. Enemies just not wanting to despawn there on Static side. Yes, Lontr0 is gonna follow a Static into the sewers. Now, Sank location number 2, not surprised, and it is gonna be Frank. Ooh, Frank's hitting hard, but Static manages to squeak it out in one round and take Frank down for Sank number 1. Rewarded with key to the cabin. The question is, do we go back now and grab Jeff just so we can get the item that he's holding on to and hope that it's something that will push further progression, and that is indeed what Static is going to do. Meme time already on Static side. Alright, Static's going to wait for these enemies to wander around. But no problem on Lontr0 side, taking down Frank for his first Sank. Jeff has the Hawkeye. Interesting. We don't have any way. Well, I shouldn't say we don't have any way. No, we don't have any way to get there because we can't get. We don't have Deep Darkness teleport, and we can't. We can take the boat to Scaraba, but we can't get into the pyramid to go there, get through the long way. So we're gonna head down to see what's in the boogie tent here. Can do a little shopping first. We got evil money money. Uh, Goes bottle rockets and freezes. No problem. See kind of the way we're playing, I'm not wasn't surprised that for scaling wise, that's where we were. Just not a lot of options open at this point. All right, meteorite piece will at least give us one more teleport check. We launch our heads in to face Plague Rat and learn that there is no point in this. Right, Stax is going to go back and clean up Moonside here. Scramble's still doing some damage here. Static does get by. Runner's kind of just doubling back what we've seen the other runner do. At this point, we're going to see Static go ahead and use the UFO engine to get his Saturn Valley teleport. And we'll see Lontr0, Lontr going to go a little bit shopping first and then head down to Boogie Tent. Yeah, 227 freeze there on money, no problem. Right now, Lontr has just a little bit of a lead here. It really kind of comes down to the fact that he was able to get by Clumsy Robot and Moonside first and didn't have to double back into it. Driven Magnum Air Gun. Oh, and there's our Deep Darkness teleport. So now that Hawkeye is going to come into play. First repel that we've seen this seed. Okay, bazooka's here at least. Nice teleport dodge there on Lontr0's side. Enemies are not playing nice for Static, kind of hunting him down for sure. And we're going to have a Paula, but first we're going to have to get by an Electrospectre. Easy peasy. Let's see what we've got here in Diadem of Kings. Okay, that's good. Did see a monkey invitation there as well. Teleport to Tucson. That's helpful. Gives us a couple more checks. But at this point, Lontr0 does have access to 4 sanctuaries now. And so we'll see him go through here and see if he continues on to Fire Spring after he drops down, or maybe he doubles back to Citadel, depending on what the enemies look like once we get by here. And we are seeing Static following in Lontr0's footsteps. I think, Tomar, I think this is the first time we've seen the Shyness book turned in on screen. So this is where you can kind of see the scaling of these enemies. These are going to, there's probably going to be a little bit exploding enemies. They're going to be hitting a little bit harder than we would like at this point. But that's kind of just the accelerated enemy shuffle coming into play here. So, and as expected, we are at yeah, a big hit there right at the end, as expected. Electrospectre down on Static's side. Another zip gun. So there's logically third Sank, so that's good to know. And we've got an Everdread. So Fire Spring here more than likely could be 4th, could be 5th, depending on what items we have in Tucson. Hopefully it won't be super high scaled. As Lontr0 picks up psych number 2. Alright, so Lontr not even going to see what the enemies are here, or check fire spring. Gonna head straight to Tucson. Gonna go pick up some more return mice. Not a bad play here to grab these mice. Saves us walking out of fire springs when it happens. Platinum bands plus dinosaurs and caterpillars. Alright, so return mice in hand. And Lontr is gonna clean up sink number 1. Evergen down on static side. Or their second sink. Heavily on Pokey down. Or sink number 3 on Lontr side. The Fire Springs enemies in Fire Springs area. Okay. Some deadly fish here. Oh, unfortunate ambush there on Lontr side. Both runners now in Fire Spring. Both runners just just basically think they'll be able to bash their way through this sanctuary at this point. So just moving and grooving. He like tries brain shock, but gets whacked over the head for his reward. And this is logical fourth sank and shroom. Right, dueling shroom fights here. And Lontr0 gets through first. That's going to be sank 4 for Lontr0. And it's going to be sank 3, 4, I believe, for Static, unless I got off. But we'll see here shortly. Nope. Static heading to clean up the fourth sink here, finding out that the Burglar Bark Pot boss has zombie paper. Static realizing that he's out of mice. Some secret herbs. Unfortunately, no horns of life here. And I believe only one single repel. So not even a DX. So definitely have to do some careful walking and stuttering around Cave of the Past. Right, Lontr0 heading to Cave of the Past at 3620. So I can picking up some brain food lunches. Ooh, that's a lot of enemies in that close quarters there. Some more electric swooshes here on Lontr0's side shouldn't be a problem. Static's turn to go up against Pokey. A couple life noodles, that's helpful. French kiss of death. Yeah, poison's gonna be definitely the one thing that they're gonna do that may be an issue. All right, time to use our repel sandwich. Get us through. Get your guesses in before Guy gets his assistant. 10 seconds before we get there. That's spell it too. All right, Master Barf. Yeah, one freeze, one big bottle rocket, and Barf is gone. Moving on to phase number 2. All right, and Static's about 4 minutes behind at this point. So Lontr's going to have to take a full party wipe here for their perspective. Any shot at this. The Lontr is on to phase 3. Number 1. All right, Jeff just about dead on Lontro's side. Everybody else looks like they're doing just fine. Tomar, if you just jinxed this, he's going to not be happy. But no, we haven't. All right, Static running into a bunch of enemies there right away. Not really feeling it. Takes a soft reset. There's Jeff, dead finally. Oh, did he? Let's see, I have trouble remembering anything. But yeah, at least the start of this tournament, we haven't had as many, like Tomar saying, it used to be a pretty routine part. Last year, these first couple rounds, we definitely had quite a few in multiple races. So, all right, on to prayer number 7. So at this point, really not going to be an issue. Lontro's just really breezed through this Gygas fight. Static working his way there. All right, and there is prayer number 8. Yeah, I think it's both, Fred. I think we've been kind of blessed with some pretty decent seeds to start the tournament, but the runners are definitely getting better. So get your GGs in for Lontr0. This is the winners bracket. Lontr0 move on to the final 8 in the winners bracket. This is double elimination tournament. So Static is not out. Static will move down into what we call our danger bracket. Um, and he will, both runners will wait to find out who they'll be racing against next. Don't So for this week, again, we have another match coming up after this. We have one match tomorrow at 6 Pacific, 8 Central. We have one on Saturday at 6 Pacific, 8 Central, and then 3 on Monday starting at 5 Pacific. Will round us out for all of the match times for round number 2. And that is Lontr0 with an official racetime.gg of 44:22. Zach still working his way through. Welcome in, Lontr0. GG's.
Hello. I really thought I was gonna lose after I did mines that was useless, but I don't know how that worked out. I just like
Yeah,
after that I realized it was useless. I was just like, okay, I'm playing from behind. I'm just gonna play super risky. One repel, fine. I'll make it work.
yeah, Static did the exact same thing you did. So neither one of you did
Okay.
anything. Neither one of you did anything different. Um, Part of the one of the reasons that you ended up ahead is you got through Clumsy Robot in that first time through.
Oh, I sure did.
Yeah. I didn't think you were going to, but you clutched that out right at the end. So,
I didn't think that was gonna work out. I was like, last freeze, maybe? You gotta try. I funneled everything. And it worked out.
but yeah, that was the big difference, and then obviously just some execution and stuff. He a little bit more unlucky coming through the Cave of the Past, but yeah, you each only had that one single repel. So,
Yeah, I wonder where the rest were. Brooke would have found 3. It's okay.
and no horns of life. Got lots. I saw you stock them on lots of secret herbs, and then grab that couple life noodles on the way, which didn't end up being needed. So
It definitely made me feel a bit more secure about it, but also seeing the Saturn shot be that low level with like okay pendants and secret herbs, you know that Gygas fight can't be crazy.
yeah, yeah, we were talking about the difference that this year between Gygas has been easier if all of you runners are getting better, and definitely think it's some of both, but definitely seen runners, including yourself, really step up this tournament already. So.
Well, I'm glad I don't have to run it through lowers. Good start.
Yes, on to the next round of the winners bracket. Although uh,
It's so
you,
scary that next round.
I
It's the
was gonna say,
winner of like Brooke and Chargles, and like I gotta be on
yep.
my A game for that.
Yeah, I mean, the way that it turned out, there was having Brooke and Chargles against each other, and then on the top half, the winners, and the bottom half has Girk and Satake against each other for this round. So yeah,
Yeah, Girk and
I mean,
Satake round 2 is so crazy.
even Chargles and Brooke round 2 is crazy, honestly. But
Yeah.
I think it shows how well runners like yourself have really done in the last year, coming through. I know you came in as, you're in as the number 1 seed,
A
which
lot better than
is
last year, that's for sure. No, that's good. I'm
yeah,
happy I was able to actually convert that, so we'll take those.
yeah, yeah, for
It's a
sure. I know
shame the 10 points someone put on Chargles to win the race. Unfortunately, you will not be getting those points back. Sorry about that.
that. But yeah, we have Static making his way through on to phase 3 finally. So
Not even here to get the pin. That's tragic. Oh, shoot.
Yeah,
I
any
got.
final?
This is completely off topic, but I got
Good.
a Mr. Saturn Blobfish sweatshirt from the Yeti. It arrived a couple days ago. I'm wearing it right now. It's just
Right.
very vibrant orange and silly.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Yeah.
Take a pic? Yeah, I can do that. My
Yeah, I was gonna
phone.
say sounds like you need to find picture to post in our in our Discord. I love the Yeti stuff though. They always have such good merchandise. So yeah, we talked about this is a doubleheader match. The next match is going to be between Obi and One Free Fits, and unfortunately, that will be the final race for one of those runners, as that is a danger bracket matchup. So. Um,
There we go. How's this fight going? I was trying to get Paula off of Feeling Strange, and it took me like 4 secret herbs to do it. It was diabolical. Like, I really didn't need to, but I wasn't doing anything else, so.
Yeah, and neither was. I mean, like with Sad Guy, I guess was solo level. Like, he wasn't doing anything. So yeah, yeah, Static 7, no problems here. Jeff had about the same point on his that it did for you. Your Jeff hung on with that one hit point for like 3 rounds. So
Yeah, this guy's a trooper. Yeah, it's like Feeling Strange doesn't affect Prey, but like if you get into a bad situation and Paula's soloing and she's feeling strange, that gets really bad fast. So didn't have to deal with that. Probably wouldn't have even happened though with how weak Gygus was hitting. Oh well.
yeah, I'll get your GG's in chat for Static. And if you're interested in joining the Rando community house, we always encourage just join our Discord. We're always happy to chat about the Rando. Would love to see new runners join us. So definitely, we've had some turnover in the last year, but we still have a strong, really core group, and we've had some new runners join us in the last few months. So, and that is a racetime.gg time at 51 minutes and 40 seconds for Static.
Good job, Static.
We'll see if he wants to come in and chat. And there is Static. GG's, welcome in.
Hi, hello.
Yo. So you
How's it
did
going?
mines as well?
And there
Yeah,
is
I
Static.
think
GG's, welcome in.
you had to.
Yo. No, it was completely useless
Was it?
besides the Franklin badge. So you did mines as well?
Oh yeah, I
That's
guess the
what got
Franklin
me
badge
so
wasn't
worried.
necessary. Yeah, because
Yeah.
that got you. Honestly, I can't remember anything. I was probably the only thing I remember is the diamond leading to the water bills, and I was extremely disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was behind the Franklin badge. So,
Oh, that was the Franklin. God,
yep.
Yeah, that had me
scam.
worried, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, it's all good. GG's though.
Uh,
Good match.
yeah, it was a really fast seed actually.
Yeah.
Compared to last week's, it went by really fast. So.
Yeah, you see Pooh holding Shidus book, Jeff holding Hawkeye. It's like, ooh, this could be the deep dark TP.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. I'm like, this is either the biggest bait, or we're going to get Deep Darkness here really quick. And Saturn Valley into Deep Darkness is like, okay, well, you just run to the end. I definitely over prepared for Gygas. I wasn't expecting Freeze Alpha and single thunders from them.
Hey, I did too. It's all good though.
Yeah.
I was saying that one of the big tension points for the race was Lontr getting by Clumsy Robot in the first run through Moonside, where you had to double back into it. So
Yeah, I went Moonside first. I knew that it was probably too much to handle from seeing the pain in there, but I was kind of committed at that point. I'm like, maybe I'll get a good weapon and I can go to mines or something.
I
And
also I freed the early there too. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
yeah, I
it
saw I did like 1 damage. I'm like, I'm just gonna quit while I'm ahead.
I tried, and Ness was dead. Who went through like a caramel or a bottle of water or something on last freeze? It kills, and it's just like, oh my god, okay.
Oh, that's good. I didn't level up at all before facing the robot. It was after that I'm like, oh wait, we have the department store open up to us. I should level up in there a little bit. And then that probably would have helped